You are watching Channel Adrian TV.
Yo, YouTube, what up? Welcome back to Channel Agent TV. And y'all know what to do before we start the video. Subscribe to the channel, like and comment on the videos. Also follow me on Rumble where I post. And also follow the Room 1031 podcast that I do with Maurice. All the links will be in the description. And if you see anything you want me to react to, sports, the dynamics between men and women, or an Ask Agent question about your own personal life, don't hesitate to reach out. You can hit me up on one of my social media platforms. They'll be pinned in the description. And y'all, we have another quick reaction video. Before I get into it, I know y'all see that I'm sweaty, but I just got done working out and I had to hurry up and get this video out because I know a lot of people that know me watch this channel before. Y'all say, Asian, you always talk about taking a shower and you all sweaty in that chair. Relax. I have multiple towels on this chair and they're clean, so don't worry about it. Now, to get into this video, this man talks about how his wife cheated on him, and it talks about a few things I would like to cover. And on these reaction videos about relationships, it's more for educational purposes. It's not for hate, it's to learn, because I don't have any children, but if I did, I would sit my son and daughter down along with my wife, mother of my children, or whatever the relationship is, and discuss these topics so they could learn from it. You know how the saying goes, you learn from people's mistakes so you don't go through them. So let's go through the video, and then I'm going to give you my thoughts on this video, and then we're going to read the comments.
We're gonna do this since people want to hate on my original post. We're gonna go back here, and I'm gonna say it again. I'm here and I'm him. I'm the one that provided. I'm the one that protected. I'm the one that simped. I'm the one that was an honest man. I was faithful. I held my family down. I couldn't afford luxury, but I could afford some extras, and I did hold it down for the family. Okay, all to be discarded like trash. 8 years into my relationship, my significant other decides she wants to have a relationship with a whole dude behind my back while she had a family at home. But I was here providing for our kids, providing for her kids that weren't mine, and I wouldn't abandon my own kids, which she required of me to do, but I wouldn't do it. I stood 10 toes down and said, I'm not going to abandon my kids. So because I would not abandon my kids, she decided it was okay to go out and have a whole relationship with a whole nother man behind my back. When I was the one paying the bills in the house, she didn't have to work when she was pregnant. She didn't have to work for at least 5 years out of our relationship. And she had all the money. She could use all her money when she did work. She used all her money to go enjoy life. And then when she was broke, who do you think was still providing the extras for her? Me. Okay. So I'm still going to stand 10 toes down on this, but whoever erased my original post, what's crazy about that is that when someone gets on here and they're just trying to put their pain out there and make it, make young kings aware of what's going on and how not to provide, and let them know, look, providing for these women out here who ain't going to do for themselves, don't do it. Keep to yourself. Keep your money to yourself. Don't provide for them. If they got kids, don't develop a relationship with them, because the first thing that they're going to do when they're discarding you like trash is they're going to dissolve the relationship between you and the kids. So you might as well keep all that energy to yourself, and don't let anyone change your integrity, okay? Because that was one thing she tried to do, was turn me into a piece of shit and make me abandon my kids. And because I didn't abandon my kids, she decided to put infidelity on the table. Like it's okay for her to go out, disrespect our relationship, and go and have a relationship with a whole nother man just because I wouldn't abandon my children. I never cheated. I was never unfaithful. And there's not one woman out there that can attest for it. And all you haters out there that
Yeah, so an unfortunate story, but let's go over a few things. First, in the video, he said he simped. Let me say this, just because you're in a relationship, it doesn't mean you're simping. Now, in my personal opinion, this is simping in a relationship, because y'all know on this channel I always say I will never be in a long-term relationship with a woman who doesn't take working out seriously, or she decides to stop. Say if we're in a relationship, she stops working out, the motivation to work out, and she becomes fat. I will leave her because I'm not attracted to obese women. I'm not attracted to obesity. I don't support obesity. And since I have that view, let's say if the woman I'm trying to court or in a relationship with, say she comes to me and says, Adrian, Adrian, I don't care what you think about working out. If I want to get fat, you either love me for who I am or leave me. Me, if I stay, then that's an example of me simping, because I believe in working out. I support health and I support fitness. I don't support obesity. So if I stay and I know that's against my own morals and principles and my own beliefs, then I'm simping. Because I want to make that clear. Being in a relationship isn't simping, but if it goes against your morals, values, and principles, and you know it's going to hinder the relationship, you should step away. But if you don't step away, that's when it's simping. Also in that video, he did say he did get into a relationship with a single mother, but he had kids as well. And I know on my channel and on the Room 1031 channel, in my personal opinion, I think people who don't have kids should date people who don't have kids as well. Now, if you decide to date people with kids, you have to understand what comes with it. And a lot of times it comes with an outside force that could interrupt your relationship. I would tell my son and daughter both that, so they understand all the circumstances that are coming into that relationship. And number 3, he talked about don't provide. This is where men have it mixed up. It's not about providing. It's you live your own lifestyle. If she doesn't fit into that lifestyle, you shouldn't be with her, or you can't afford her. That is another example of simping, because I am on a tight budget. I live within my means, and I'm managing my money monthly. So if she can't have fun in our relationship because of how I live my life, then it doesn't make any sense. And this is why a lot of men go broke. This is why a lot of men in most relationships feel burnt out, because we all know with women, you have to give them experiences, and that experiences can be vacations. It doesn't have to be expensive, but in other words, you have to take some time to, in other words, go on dates and do things. Whereas men, we're fine with doing the same thing every week, especially if it's hitting our goals. Women, not so much. Not all, but that's a majority. And I know if you're a woman watching this, you may say, Adrian, that's not true. A lot of y'all need to go on a vacation every single year. In my personal opinion, if you didn't accomplish anything, why are you going on a vacation and celebrating? But you see my mindset? And when I tell that mindset to most women, some women will say, oh, he's cheap. No, I'm just driven, and I understand. You shouldn't be celebrating, especially spending a lot of money for just living. Now, you should be grateful for life. That's why another reason why I support health and fitness. But spending money frivolously just because it's the summer, it's stupid. And FYI to all the young men and women, that's the real reason why your family continues to be in debt and don't build any money. Because your dad or whoever the breadwinner is, or if the bills are 50-50, you save all that money up, spend 3 to 5, 6 grand on a summer vacation, and then you're right back into debt. And he also said in another thing he said in this video, and I also said on this channel, in the Room 1031 channel, is just because you're in a relationship, all relationship has a peak. This is why women say if they're going to date a man, they need to find out their type. But the reason behind that is because all women understand this more than men. All relationship has a peak. So you could be protecting, providing, and not cheating like he said. But at the end of the day, once a relationship hits its peak, what's the only direction you could go? You can either go down or maintain it. And maintaining a relationship is by providing experiences. In other words, more money. But once that relationship peaked, if he wasn't really her type, odds are she's either going to want to leave the relationship, step out, or become so moody and emotional, it's going to affect you to want to end the relationship. Now, I know men can do this to women as well. It's not a one-way street, it's a two-way street. But this is what I'm saying, that once you don't marry your type, other in looks, lifestyle, your relationship will suffer either sooner or later. And that's one of the things I'm glad I can understand. I even understood this at a young age, and I remember old adults would try to fight me on it, and since I was so naive, I would say, you know what, maybe they're right. But now that I'm older, not only was I right, a lot of those adults end up being divorced. Some of those men broke, lost everything. Some of those women got alimony, leveled up, and you see where I'm going. And like I said, this is not the point to blame to anybody, but it's just showing you the truth of human biology and human nature. And stuff like this is, I'll say this in every video, this is why I will never get legally married, because we all know stuff happens in a relationship. But if you change on me or cheat on me, oh, for example, the working out thing. You could get married, become lazy, gain weight, and I don't want to have sex with you. And then that leads to you not wanting to be in a relationship, just like me. Say if I divorced and we have kids and I had to pay alimony and you take 50% of my assets, and you see where I'm going. And I know women will say, well, what happened if the guy's not rich? Or what happened if the woman is not rich? I agree, because I agree. But at the end of the day, it's all about principle. That's how I'm upfront and honest, saying I will never legally get married, and I will not be in a relationship with a woman who becomes obese. That's called integrity. That's called having some principle about certain issues that should be important in a relationship. And if you can't respect that, I will leave. So men and women, I hope you learned from this video, and especially to the younger men and women, it's okay if you want to get married. It's okay if you want to be in a relationship with someone with kids. Just understand all the pros and cons, like being legally married or being with a man or woman who already have kids from another relationship. Because at the end of the day, I'm not trying to say what's right or what's wrong. I'm trying to present you the facts with these examples, and you make the best decision for yourself. Now, I'll be honest with you. The way I'm living my life, men and women continue to tell me, Adrian, what you're doing is the right way. Adrian, what you're saying is right. The reason the majority of people don't want to be honest is because if they were honest, and I say this time and time again, and people tell me this, Adrian, if people were honest like you, most people wouldn't be in relationships. And then that's when I say I can never do that, because I think one of the weakest things a man or a woman could do is build a family off a lie. And y'all, I'll see you in the next video. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe. I'll get it with y'all later.